welcome to FDTV. We are back again with another episode of our weekly podcast. I'm your host Ali, joined once again with my fellow co-host Jawad. Jawad, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back. It's good to be talking football again. Let's get into it.
So let's talk about a scout report that has come from the same source that provided the report on James Rodriguez reuniting with Carlo Ancelotti at Everton. They are reporting a move of Philippe Coutinho from Barcelona to Everton at a cut price fee of 40 million. What do you think of that transfer?
It has Barcelona's complete and utter desperation written all over it. They're desperate to
True.
keep Messi, and they gotta cut
Yes.
budget, right? They have to make room for
True.
his wages. And from
Yeah.
another report sources that are telling, they're saying that they're offering Messi a long-term contract with about half the salary, right? So I'm not sure how that would be perceived, and even if that's accurate or not. So that's just me reporting what I'm hearing, right? So
Yeah.
that would tell me that the reason for Coutinho leaving, obviously he's not been performing at the level that is expected, but it's more so that the wage bill needs to be trimmed down, and Carlo Ancelotti's Everton is an ideal place for him. Just imagine the terrifying side of Coutinho, James Rodriguez up front, Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front, right? So it's an absolutely terrifying sight. All three of these players
Yeah.
up front, Everton is definitely becoming more and more a top six, even a top four side. What do you think?
But being a Manchester United fan, we take rivalries in Premier League very seriously. Coutinho was one of the best playmakers at Liverpool, the red half of Merseyside. And when he was leaving for Barcelona, Jurgen Klopp told him that in an interview that Coutinho can be a legend at the club. We are in a transition phase right now, and if he sticks by one more season, he will leave as an Anfield legend in the next 3 years. And I think that statement is becoming more true now since Liverpool have been pretty successful. And on the other hand, Barcelona have been on a downward trajectory ever since Coutinho has joined them. So another star who was loaned to Bayern Munich came back and now is sold to a mid-table Premier League side. I think Liverpool fans who paid his wages will be, puking blood right now. I don't think that is something that will be taken lightly. But who else wants Coutinho? He's 29. I don't think he performs the same way that he used to do in the Premier League. His career has been a flop, apart from a couple of matches that he played at Bayern Munich. That was a good spell.
I'm very familiar with the player and the style of play that he plays. That's what I'm saying, that he would be a great fit. And like with Rodriguez, these players are just big in name right now. The way they have performed is not a player at a top level club. They're not performing at that level, but they still have the
True.
name value. They still have the brand associated with them that comes from a almost 10-year career playing at the very high level at the top clubs, right? So it's just that factor that's causing you to think that Coutinho is going to a mid-table club. But I feel like I said, there's levels to the game. Coutinho is not at the elite level. He is at the league player level at the top play, obviously, right? And he's going to a team which is better suited for his abilities as of right now. He's never going to get into the starting 11 at Barcelona the way they're ticking right now. Even Griezmann is starting to
sense.
play. So that's what I feel like. You're absolutely right. But look what happened with Luis Figo, right? Switching from Barca to Madrid, the most hated, I feel
Yeah.
like, right? And though Merseyside
True.
hate each other, still feel like the political and just an ideology raging war between Barca and Madrid is still at a higher intensity than the Merseyside derby. So that makes me think that though Liverpool fans might not like it, but they would be okay with it considering the way Coutinho is playing right now. Thank you
So
for joining us for yet again another episode of FDTV podcast. Subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions for us. We would love to hear from you. I've been your host Jawad along with my co-host Ali. Thank you for joining us one more time. FDTV out.